Dear friends of Powershoots TV, Positive Energy in Europe. Today I'm in the European Commission and it's really my great pleasure to welcome Stephen Quest. He's the Director General of the DG Taxation and Customs Union. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
So, yes, when we talk about taxations, a very bad word, you see. But please explain us a little bit first, what are you doing, both words, taxation and customs?
Well, as you say, no one likes paying taxes,
yeah.
But of course taxes is also what enables us to provide all the public services that, that we rely on. So there's a good side to tax as well as a less good side to tax. But fundamentally, here we manage both tax policy and customs policy. The first thing we do is help make the single market work, make it easier to work for citizens and for business.
Yeah.
So in customs we help goods circulate freely right across the single market with no borders. That's the customs union. Big thing.
Yeah.
And on taxation, it's about putting in place rules that enable business to operate without barriers and make things simple for citizens.
Yeah.
Another thing we're doing is focusing on fairness. So you don't like paying taxes, but you want to make sure that everyone is paying their fair share.
Exactly. Yeah.
That there's no fraud. That people are not doing undue tax avoidance.
To interrupt, and how you manage this, or what is that the work is? You contact each member state, you control each member state, or is it?
Well, fundamentally, we're putting in place legislation, rules, which control what member states can and can't do, and create a level playing field. So we're looking in taxation a level playing field to ensure that we have no unfair tax avoidance within the single market. We're also looking at what's happening outside of the single market so that the unfair competition doesn't go out there as well. So fairness and fighting fraud is a very important part of our work. Another thing we're doing, particularly in the customs area, is looking at security, protecting.
I'm surprised that everybody's talking about safe.
Safety. So we don't want illegal goods coming into the single market. We don't want unsafe goods, unsafe toys coming in for our kids to play with. We don't want counterfeit goods or illegal goods. And so customs, who are acting at the borders, are looking for this stuff and stopping it coming in, as well as helping to counter terrorism by looking for illegal firearms and weapons and explosives.
And here, just to drop again, it's always interesting to see, for example, e-commerce now. How does it go? You see, how can you, with e-commerce, for example, watching out, are the goods safe and so on?
Yeah, well, you're right. E-commerce is exploding. Huge volumes of goods coming into the union through e-commerce, which of course is very good because it's a part of a vibrant global market. What we do there is we have rules in place to help ensure proper risk management, so that we can scan what's coming in and ensure that we spot the risks according to the rules and criteria that are set out. Also important in e-commerce, again, to ensure that we have a level playing field, so that goods coming in from third countries don't get better tax treatment than the goods within the European Union.
But for example, on the internet tax, there will be everybody's always the same, or it's always dependent on the member state.
Well, the tax that you pay when you purchase goods on the internet, the proposals that we've made will make that the tax in the country of destination. But at the moment, goods coming in from outside the European Union, some of them are coming in tax-free, which is, I suppose, if you're a consumer, potentially beneficial to you, but for our businesses in the European Union, they have unfair competition with small items coming in untaxed. And so one of the things we want to do is to even that out and to remove that unfair competition.
It sounds great. But then also, always at the end, last question, it's not to the Director General, it's to Stephen. Yes, what is your challenge, or maybe your experience also, why you believe so much in Europe, why you work on it, and for the future, it can be also a private experience, or what is your goal?
Well, I mean, I believe in Europe. I've been working here in the Commission for over 20 years now, so I suppose I'm a true believer. I'm British by nationality, so that's a particular challenge for me at the moment. But I think that what we do here in the European institutions is really of vital importance for Europe as a whole, because it's all about making a single market work. It's about doing things to make life better for citizens, to remove borders, to remove obstacles, to enable things to flow freely. And I think that's really very motivating and very important. And if you can in your daily work say that there's something that you've done to help remove those obstacles, to make life easier for people, then I think you've done something that was worth doing.
No, it's great. Just last question, another one, just because, but in this, when you see you're so long in it, do you see a good evolution? Goes it really in a better direction? Okay, or with the general way, say the whole direction Europe. Does the future of Europe looks in your work better than, I would say, 5 years ago?
Well, I think the future of Europe looks certainly better than it did when I arrived here. When I arrived here in Europe, we were a much smaller European Union. We had challenges in front of us, and when I look at the progress that's been made over the last 20 years, the type of activities that we've managed to push forward is really very impressive. Of course, you have ups and you have downs, and not everything goes the way you'd like it to go. But I think fundamentally the European project is in very good shape. We have very strong fundamentals, and I remain hugely optimistic about the future, because I think there's a lot more that we can do and a lot of positive things still to come.
Director General, thanks much for your positive energy for Europe,
Thank
for
you
the
very
citizens.
much.
Thanks everybody outside for listening. Yes, brand new issues. Think about what we said. Spread your positive energy around. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.